So how to handle difficult customers? So difficult customers are a fact. They are there. In the real life, they are there. It's not something that you can avoid. You will always have a difficult customer situation. But in general, customers are not angry. In general, customers are nice. In general, customers are polite. In general, customers are happy. We are fine with that. There is no problem with that. But in some situation, you will face the angry customer, and we have no problem with that. We can learn how to handle this. Good. You cannot control the customer behavior. You cannot control how he behaved, but you can control your own behavior. You can control how do you behave. So focus on what you can control. Ignore the thing that you cannot control. If customer is angry and he's shouting, don't shout back at him. You behave good. You behave professionally. Good. If customer is worried, you behave professionally. I will show you how you can diffuse the customer anger story as we go, and I'll give you examples. But in general, don't focus about his headache or his behavior or his acting or his screaming. Focus on your own response and on your own speaking with him. Okay. Keep in mind, we all have bad days. Good. Most customers contact the help desk asking for a reasonable question. Good. Most of the customers who will contact us having a reasonable question, having something valid to say, having something respectful to say. We don't need to fight with the customers. It's something nice. We don't need to fight with them. Good. Now, I love this picture. It says, always listen first. Always listen to the customer before you talk and before you do anything crazy with the customer. Listen to him. Give the customer the chance to talk. Give the customer the chance to present himself and to explain himself to you. Good. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Okay. Emphasize with the customer. Try to understand the customer situation. Try to understand the customer problem. Feel what is he facing. Good. Being emphasized does not mean that you are responsible. Just the fact that you're telling him, I understand your problem, it doesn't make you responsible for the problem. Just the fact that you understand, like, yes, I know there was a mistake done. It doesn't mean that you are admitting that you done that mistake. Okay? There is no problem if you are feeling sorry for the customer. Good. It's your responsibility to acknowledge that the customer is upset. Make sure you show the customer that you know that he's upset. If it's even better if you can show him why do you think he's upset, or that you actually understand why he's upset. This makes the situation much better. Okay. Remember, customer is already frustrated not because of you. He's frustrated because of dealing with the technical problem. Not everybody loves technical problem. Not everybody loves technical support. Not everybody is born to become a technician. Good. Believe it or not, people hate this stuff. People don't like to be in troubleshooting. I know my wife gets crazy upset when she has technical difficulties because she hates it. She just hates technology. She keeps telling me, I'm not sure what's happening and I'm not sure what's going on. And that's fine. Good. My wife even tells me, I swear the TV hates her. And she gets upset from that. That's fine. People are like this. Good. Now the question is, why do customers get upset? Good. Here is why. People get upset for many, many reasons. Good. Most important reason, broken promises. When you promise them with something and then you break up with that. When you give them on hold when they are waiting for a very long time. People get upset from that. Either waiting on the phone or waiting on the line or waiting for a part, or you told them I will come back to you in 1 hour or 2 hours, or waiting for you to come to them. People get upset from that. People get upset from the confused instruction. You send them an email that's supposed to tell them how to do something, and the email is very confusing. People upset because they don't meet their expectations. So there's multiple reasons why do people get upset. Good. Meeting customer, understanding customer behavior is something very simple you have to do. Remember that there is always something that we can do. We spoke about this like 50 times so far. We can do something to help the customer. Good. Communicate to each other. Communicate to each and every customer, complain to management. When you have something wrong, when customer complain about a system, about a behavior, about a scenario, about a situation, communicate that with the management. Tell your manager that today I have another customer not very happy with the system X. I have another customer complaining that this is slowing him down or this is causing a problem. Maybe your manager doesn't know. Maybe your manager have a solution. Maybe there's a project that can fix this problem. Good. So make sure you communicate this stuff with the customer. Give the customer the benefit of the doubt. Customers might be angry. Don't be mean to them. Good. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, you know what? Maybe he's angry. Maybe he's fighting with his wife. Maybe he's tired. Maybe his manager is screaming at him. Okay. Try your best to be acceptable. Be honest and don't blame someone else. Good. Don't blame other people and be honest. It's both together. If you guys made a mistake, if your department made a mistake, if you personally made a mistake, apologize to the customer and says like, sorry, I'm really sorry. I made a mistake. Good. We are all human. It's better than you giving stupid excuses and fight with the customer. Well, the customer, sorry, we made a mistake. I had a situation before when one of my student, working part-time student, he took the laptop from the customer while the customer was still there. So he took the laptop to take it inside the room, good, for the guys to install something inside. And as he went through the door, he hit the laptop with the door and it's failed and it's a crash. The laptop broke. Good, the screen broke. The customer almost exploded and he got red face and something. The student was super scared. He came to me, he was expecting me to shout at him and give him a headache. And the customer is shouting. I went out to the customer and like, don't worry about it. We will take care of it. Good. I'm really, really sorry about this. It's an accident. The accident happened. Yes, we are all human. We all make accidents. Good. Let me see what we can do for this. Let me see how bad is it. Let me see what we can do to fix it. There is no problem. Take it easy. If you made a mistake, we made a mistake. That's fine. Good. Again, listen, apologize, solve, thank. This is the trick. The trick to avoid the problem is these 4 words. Good. Listen to the customer. Listen to what the customer is saying. Good. Make sure you get the details of the problem. What is the problem? What is happening with the problem? Then apologize. If you guys done a mistake, apologize for the mistake that you guys done. Say, sorry, that mistake was done by me or by my team or by something like this. Let's apologize to that mistake. And then finally, solve the problem. Let's do something to solve the problem for the customer. And if you guys remember my talk to you last time, solving the problem is sometimes a little bit more than just fixing the issue. You guys remember the example that I gave to you at the beginning of the first chapter when I had this customer waiting for me at the front counter at Qatar University. His laptop was not working and his laptop was not booting and it doesn't start. He had an issue with his laptop, but his problem wasn't the laptop. His problem was he needed to do his classroom. So me giving him another laptop that solved his problem didn't solve the issue. Again, solve it. Think about a way where you can solve the problem the customer complained. You finally thank the customer. So again, it's the same conversation. Good. Keep it in mind. Keep calm. Take it easy. Don't scream at the customer. Customer is angry. It's not the end of the world. Customer is screaming at you. It's not the end of the world. Wait until you get married and your wife or your husband starts screaming at you. This is life. Worst, wait until you get kids and your kids scream at you. That's life. This is always happening to us. Everybody will scream at you. Good. I remember when I came to Qatar, to my first house in Qatar, they had LG fridge, LG microwave, LG washing machine. The whole stuff were LGs. Good. And I remember that when the kids leave the fridge door open, the fridge start beeping, beep, beep, this very annoying sound. When the microwave, they run it for 30 seconds and they don't take the food out of the microwave start beep, 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 beeping. The washing machine, when it's finished washing, it's beep. The water cooler, when it's empty from the water, it's beep. And I told my wife, like, I respect that you, my wife, can scream at me. I understand that my kids scream at me. I understand that my customers are screaming at me and my manager is screaming at me, my employees are screaming at me, but I will never allow the refrigerator to scream at me. I don't accept the fridge screaming at me or the oven screaming at me. I tried calling LG to see if I can shut down that. They says, no, you have to take the fridge around and kill the speaker. Finally, I find a way to kill the speaker, but I didn't tell LG that because they will make me pay for it. I find one of those big barbecue things, I will stuff it somewhere and I cut the speaker. I get fed up of the freezer screaming at me. So people who scream at you, we know this is the fact of the life. Stay focused. Good. Number one, stay focused. Focus on solving the problem. Focus on your job. Your job is to fix the problem, not to fight with the customer, not to defend me. I didn't hire you to work with me as a goalkeeper. I didn't hire you to work with me as a bodyguard. I hired you to do your best to help the customer. I hired you to do your best option to solve the customer problem. So focus on that. Let's do it. Number two, let the customer vent out. Let the customer say what he has to say. Good. Listen to him. He's complaining about his laptop. He's complaining about the stupid IT guys. He's complaining about you. He's complaining about if you don't get the laptop, his wife will kill him. I don't care. Let him say it 3-4 minutes. Let him speak. Try not to interrupt him, but at the same time, don't ignore him. Be active with him. Talk to him back. Ask him at the beginning, ask him very, very small questions. Okay. And then, good. Then start asking him very small question. So he's talking about, sorry, is it this guy or this guy? Okay, yeah. Did you get that error before or after? Even if you don't need the information, good. Just let him for the first minute speak. Then in the second minute, ask him 1 or 2 small questions. And then in the third minute, this is where you can actually talk to him more. Remember, he's boiling. He split what he have. He starts cooling down. Good. Smile, take it. It's only the first minute. Let the first minute go while you are smiling and everything will be fine. Good. Let the customer vent out. Now, when the customer vent out, good, they will start calming down. And here where you have to listen actively to what the customer says and focus with what the customer says. Okay. Here is point number 3. Listen actively to the customer. Don't ignore the customer. We spoke about this before. Listen actively to the customer. Listen to the customer so you avoid any problems and you avoid any help. And we explained to you guys how to listen to the customers before and how to avoid the passive listening and active listening. We already spoke about this stuff. Okay. Let the customer have the feeling that you are really willing to help him and that you are really there to help him. Okay. Understand. Okay. Something. Take the note. Focus with those notes. Try to take the notes. Step number 4. Good. Acknowledge the customer. Acknowledge the situation to the customer. Acknowledge what's happening with the customer. Confirm to him what's happening. Confirm his mental state or Step 4. Acknowledge the customer. Acknowledge his emotional state. Acknowledge that he's upset or that he's angry. Explain to him why is it okay that he's angry. If you can give him a story from your own life that show him that you has been in this situation, this is really, really help. Yeah, I know, wallahi, alhamdulillah, I done university. I know you guys, how much your professors give you hard time. Good, that's fine. Tell the customer that word. Yeah, I know the feeling. Wallahi, I know. Last week I had a project and my laptop crashed in the middle of that. I almost cried all night until I finally managed to get my computer on. Let the customer feel that you have been in this situation before. Good. Respectively use the username. I know Mr. Muhammad or Muhammad, depend on how the customer mentality. Yeah, I know. Wallahi, no, don't worry about it. Inshallah, we will help. Inshallah, we'll take care of this stuff. Good. Acknowledge the customer feeling. Acknowledge the customer situation. Okay. We are still in the step number 4. We're still in the same step. For example, Mrs. Selma I am sorry that the technician didn't arrive to your office yet. I know how urgent this request for you. Give me a few minutes. I will talk to him. I will ask him how far he's away from you, and I will check with him if he can come to you sooner. Good. You tell him the situation. Yeah, I totally understand. I know without your laptop, how will you ever do any job? Like, I don't know, how do we even, I don't even remember the days when we were working without laptop. You remember? But don't worry, I totally understand it. I know that your laptop is really, really bad. Don't worry, I will talk to this guy and I'll see if I can get him to come to you as soon as possible. These kind of small words will diffuse any bomb, will diffuse any angry customer. As long as he feel that you are supporting him, that you are working with him. As I told you, pause for a minute. Here's the trick. So let's go back again and tell you the trick. Number one, stay focused with the customer. When the customer is angry, don't touch your computer, don't touch your screen. Even if you have to take a screen note or something, leave them, take a small piece of paper, focus with the customer for at least the first minute. Put your eye in his eye, look at his face for at least the first minute. With the happy, lovely customer who come and joke with you, there is no problem that he's joking and you are typing on the keyboard. That's fine, no problem. But when he's angry, don't do that. Focus with the customer. Let him speak for 1 minute. As he speaks, do the active listening trick with him. I explained to you the active listening trick before. How do you listen? How do you focus? How do you ask him a few questions? How do you do that? Yes, give me more. Can you tell me more about it? Then you acknowledge the problem that he's facing. You confirm the situation that he's facing. You try to show him that you have a compassion to his problem and what's going on with him. And then the next step after that, good, you acknowledge the problem and you see what you can do. Once the customer finishes venting and he finished talking, give yourself a minute. Find any excuse to give him a minute of silence. Good. Tell him, yeah, thank you very much for all the details. Will you give me a minute just to read the ticket? Could you give me a minute to Google this? Can I just take a few seconds just to write the note so I don't forget what you said? In that 30 seconds or that 40 seconds, remember, he threw everything out. Good. And you showed him compassion. You were interested listening to him. Then you told him, can you hold for a few seconds? Let me see what I'm doing. This is the pause that will let him cool down. He's no longer talking. He will cool down. Then you will start playing the game of acknowledging him. Yeah, wallahi, you have all the right. Allah ya'eenak. I hate, sometimes I don't know how Microsoft making all these billions with this crabby Microsoft thing that keep crashing on us. But alhamdulillah, let me see what I can do. Good. Inshallah, I will check and inshallah, I will get this done for you. Good. The last step, as we said, is restart the situation and get agreement from him. Once you've done that conversation with him, good. Once you finish the conversation with him, gain agreement on what you are going to do, what is going to happen, what you guys are going to do, how are you guys planning to fix this problem, gain this approval from him, okay? And now you start working on this. This is how you can simply and easily diffuse the situation with the customer. Very simple steps, keep it in mind. Keep in mind something very important. The customer is not here to fight with you. Customer is here because he wants to solve his problem. Customer is here because he wants to avoid the headache that he's facing with his manager. Customer is here because he wants to solve a problem. He wants to get his computer done. He wants to get his stuff working. He is not here to fight with you. Good. So don't fight with him. Don't defend back with him. Don't argue with him. Don't make things worse for you and for him. Simple, easy. Let him vent. Let him speak. See what you can do to him. Show him that you are doing your best to do this stuff. Okay. The last step, number 6, is being active problem solver. Good. What does that mean? Again, back to the example. Look what is really upsetting him, and let's see if you can do anything to avoid that obsession. Yes, obviously it is his broken laptop that is upsetting him, but is it really the broken laptop that is upsetting him, or is he upset because he cannot do his lecture? Is it really the broken laptop that is upsetting him, or is he worried about that you guys might let him pay for the broken screen? Is it really the money paying for the broken screen is the problem, or he is worried that you guys will tell his manager that the screen was broken and your employee is user, and he will feel very impressed in front of, very embarrassed in front of his manager? Try to find what's wrong. Good. If the user is worried because he's I don't want to look bad in front of my manager, then the cool down for the customer is very simple. Don't worry about it, man. Like, you know how many broken screen we get every month? Accident happen. We know that. Done. You cool him down. Just because you know that he's worried about how he will look like. He will look like the idiot employee who broke the laptop. Good. Oh no, he was worried about that. This will cost so much money, and I have to pay it, and I cannot afford it from my salary. Good. You can feel that, and you can again see what you can do to help. If your department cover the broken screen and he doesn't have to pay for it, you can tell him, don't worry about it. We will see, inshallah, we'll get it done under the warranty, we'll get it done under the fix. If the department have some policy or something, see what you can do to help. Okay. Good. Anybody have a question about how do you diffuse the situation with the customer?